Hey, welcome back to the Pitching Lab, the pitchcast that talks about pitching without all the scientific stuff. We talk about real stories and real pitching. We're here with a real pitcher, one of my favorites from the Sanford Mainers, amongst other places we're going to hear about. TJ Curley, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's always good to talk to you. I've seen so many faces doing this that it's, reconnecting with guys from start. It's been really cool. So cool to get a good product out of there, but also just good to see guys. And you look, as always, handsome and happy and enjoying yourself in college life.
You as well.
You're a Sanford Maine guy. We're going to get into some of that. But tell us a little bit about you're at Stonehill. I should get all that stuff out of the way. Pitching at Stonehill now. But Sanford guy, tell us a little bit about your baseball journey and how you ended up where you are now.
Yeah. So basically, I feel like most guys playing college ball. I played since I was a kid, pretty little. My dad kind of had that background in baseball, played in college, played professionally for the Pirates, and he kind of got me into it. Yeah.
And your dad coached you growing up as well, right?
And my dad coached me growing up, yeah. So, as soon as I could walk, I had a bat in my hands. He wouldn't let me pitch until high school. So I was never a pitcher. Yeah, didn't let me pitch. So went through Little League.
Play shortstop with the arm, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I played the outfield. I was left-handed.
Okay, that's why I was a lefty. I was just going to say, it's our curse.
Yeah, so he had me in the outfield, just trying to protect my arm because he'd seen a lot of kids get injured. So I didn't really pick up pitching until a little bit my freshman year, and then didn't really get into it until my junior year.
Okay.
So had a decent summer after my junior year, but kind of, didn't have a lot of offers at high school. So ended up committing to Mount St. Mary's the fall of my senior year, which is pretty late. That's in Maryland. That's kind of near DC. And I went there, met a lot of good people, met a lot of love my teammates there, but the situation wasn't what I was looking for, wish them all the best over there, but decided to enter the portal, hopefully come closer to home. I kind of known about Stonehill and this coaches here, but hadn't really connected with them. And my travel coach up in Portland connected me with Stonehill. Ended up liking the coach, liking the situation here, and that's where I'm at now.
All right. So to be clear, Ryan Douglas had nothing to do with the recruitment process.
Ryan Douglas, he convinced me a little bit. He gave me the push towards it that I needed, but. Yeah,
I miss seeing him. He's my national anthem partner there.
Yeah.
We ranked him all season. We had some highs and some lows.
We did. We did.
Some low lows and some okay highs.
Yeah, I'd say.
That's very cool. And that's crazy. I didn't realize you didn't start pitching until so late. But as a lefty, our field options are limited. That's excellent. And you're enjoying it there. I assume you guys are ready to get your season started.
Yeah. We just had a series in Miami. Love it. I think we'll be good in conference, and I'm excited for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I got to know you this summer up in Sanford, which is where you're from.
Yeah.
And I always really respected the fact you went out and obviously pitched great for us. But I was always like, that's got to be tough. A lot of these guys are coming in from around the country. We were just talking about some of the guys that came in from around the country. They're playing in Sanford. If it blows up for them, they can go ahead and turn around and go home.
Yeah.
These people grew up watching you, and I assume that at the level you're pitching at, were probably the star of the show when you were in high school. There's some people with some name recognition. What was it like to come back and pitch there, the good and the bad? And did you feel any pressure, kind of knowing that these folks know my name? I can't just leave town. I got to come back here and live here.
Yeah, I mean, for me. For a lot of kids coming from wherever, Wisconsin, Florida, it's Sanford Maine, middle of nowhere. So it's not that big of a deal. But I definitely appreciated when I signed and when I started to play there, every day playing on the field I grew up on, that was a big deal to me. And I appreciated that. And then pressure-wise, it's a game we've been playing our whole lives. And I think the pressure I put on myself was more to be the role model that I wanted to be in town in terms of that, and the baseball stuff would follow. And that's kind of cheesy, but that's really the mindset I had, and the baseball would follow.
Coming from you, that rings very true, because I know the type of guy that you are, and that I very much believe and appreciate that. Excellent.
Yeah, so that focus on that honestly kind of took the pressure off baseball, and just it was fun. All the coaches, all the guys, it was just so fun that the pressure, especially when I got out there, didn't feel as big as it could have, for sure.
I think the first time you pitched for us during the summer, I think I was probably more nervous for you than you were. And you, like I said, went out and were lights out. It makes it easy when it goes well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But I could always tell when you got out there, you always had that local hometown pop from the crowd, which was
Oh
nice.
yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, it's unreal. I'll never forget it for sure.
Was your dad able to come to a lot of the games?
Yeah. Oh yeah. My parents, my grandma, my grandparents.
Oh boy, that's got to be great.
Oh yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. And Sanford's one of those places, and you can speak to it from being there. Yeah. It's a great little city. It's one of those places similar. I lived in Rochester, New Hampshire for a while. It gets that reputation based on literally like one part of the city. Like we have Lafayette Street, and I think they have, what is it? Is it Island or Ocean or what is it?
Island
one little street. And that everyone's like, oh, it's a terrible. You can tell, I mean, a lot of these, I think it's great that you're from there and stayed local and pitched there, because a lot of these older cities, you know, that boomed during the mill times and then kind of fell on hard times. They're trying to repurpose these buildings in Sanford and Rochester, Biddeford. The fact that you came back, stayed there, and brought so much pride and energy to it, I love that. And I when I did travel doing comedy for a while, you know, you always have, you go across the country, people don't really know where New Hampshire is. And a lot of guys would kind of cop out and go on Boston. I always maintain, like, no, I'm from Barrington, New Hampshire. 4,000 people there, but it's a place. It's a real place. Yeah. So I always really respected that, you know, you're from Sanford, and obviously with your talent could have gone a lot of places and played and stayed local. And I think really acted as a great ambassador to the city for a lot of these guys who were out of state. We had a couple of Maine guys, but we did have guys from all over the country. What a great introduction to that city. What did you like most about growing up there and playing there?
Yeah, I mean, you touched on it, like the reputation thing. It's everyone, especially in the state of Maine or locally, like, oh, I'm from Sanford, and everyone's kind of like, oh, like, you know, like there. It's like, yeah, I love it. It's great. It's the community there is, especially in the baseball world, is bigger than you would think in terms of support you get. There's a lot of people that care a lot, and the friends and just connections I've made in that town. It sounds kind of sad, but I never want to leave. I love that place. You know, and I'll always have connections there for sure. Absolutely. Just because of the people there that are just so great.
And I was impressed. This is my first season there this past season. And obviously I went to games at Goodall and always was kind of like, all right, they got a good little crowd here. But I was impressed citywide how much they embrace it. Everywhere you go, you see the banners lining the streets. And Sanford Sound has a big sign out, game tonight, 6:30. You really feel like part of the community there. Whereas, you know, some places you go and you play or you coach, you're almost kind of flying under the radar. You know, you tell people, they're like, oh, there's a baseball team in town. Sanford was so supportive of the Mainers. I always thought this is a weird thing, but it's always really stuck out to me as being cool. You go into Cumberland Farms at around like 5:40 when we're on that quick break between early work and being there for the game, and the whole place is just flooded with the gold jerseys, and you see people and everyone is interacting and talking. There's just an excitement in town about the team. Obviously, this year it was a little easier because we did so well, but I was amazed at how warm we were received in the town. Even when we lost the championship and got back from Newport and got off the bus at 1:45 in the morning, and there's that crowd out there. That was clapping and cheering, and I'm going to the point where I'm going, wait, we lost, right? We didn't. We're still so supportive. It was great. It was it was my most in-depth experience with that city, and I came away going like, this is a great place. So that's awesome. And you're ingrained in there. Your dad actually has a business right in town. Yeah. Every time I go by the sign, I give him one of those. So.
There it is.
That's awesome. And now being down in Stonehill is where, for folks who don't know?
It's just south of Boston. It's in Easton, Massachusetts. So it's like 2 hours from Sanford.
So Dougie's got like a 20-minute ride. Gotcha.
Jeez, Dougie's clear. He's close.
What's a day? And I'm scared to ask you now, knowing who you associate with down there. What's a day like away from the field for you?
Yeah. So if I'm away from the field, there's off days for a reason. I'm big on don't waste an off day. This is like Lofts always said. Yeah,
that's the phrase, don't waste an off day.
Sometimes less is more. Like I do try to get my rest in, like sleep, eat right and that stuff. Go to the trainer, take care of your body. And honestly, a lot of times off days aren't really off days because you always have something. You got to throw, you got to, all the things. So if I have to strictly stay away from the field, I'll catch up on schoolwork, do all the boring things. Honestly, it's a boring answer. But I don't even have to talk someone more interesting to get a good off day story.
I got to tell you, I've talked to you, I've talked to Bijan, and I've talked to Kyle McKay up at St. Joseph's College. And what I'm realizing is I got to start talking to different folks. The guys I'm talking to are too nice. Everybody's answer is like, And maybe it's because they know like family's going to see it, but everyone's like, I just do my schoolwork and hang out. I'm like, man, you guys are missing out on the college experience. So.
Yeah, maybe change it to go to like an off-season off day. Maybe those are different.
A little different. But it's great to. I mean, what it really speaks to, because I've been speaking with guys who I not only have worked with, but also really respect the way they played the game, and so it doesn't surprise me that those are the answers, because I'm talking to guys who are dedicated to it and really are into it. So it doesn't surprise me that people aren't like, oh, just get hammered and lay down. So I think that's excellent. And what are you looking at when you're done with school? What's the big plan? What are you looking to do?
Obviously just have fun, play baseball as long as I can. That's always the goal. After I'm done with baseball, I want to go into like a real estate management company and do that stuff. I really like. I enjoy construction, not necessarily doing it, but a management type role and that type of thing.
Sure.
Stay local to Sanford unless there's opportunities farther away. But ideally, I'm in that town. And
that would be great. And you would bring so much to because I think similar to Rochester and even some Dover still. Yeah. There's that rejuvenation, that regeneration, that revitalization of those cities. I could see you being a part of that downtown development. That'd be great. Get into one of those mill building condos cheap. That's the hope.
Yeah. So, that'd be the goal. That'd be sweet.
It would. Yeah. All right, TJ, thanks, man. Not only is it great to talk to you, it's just great to see you, and it's been the theme with everyone I've spoken to, catching up with guys from over the summer and seeing them and getting to talk to them. I'm glad you're doing well. You're one of the nicest players I've ever met, but also a great player, which is a great combination. So wish you the best this season. Thanks for jumping on. Please tell Ryan I said what's up.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Soon.
I will for sure.
And we'll talk to you soon. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.